Hello, StarCraft fans! This is falconpaladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Teebul and KiFirE on Moonlight Madness, the latter edition. This is game 1 of a best of 3 series from spawningtool.com, specifically LOTV.spawningtool.com, that was found by Dominic, my LOTV.spawningtool.com screener. Thanks to him for finding me the best from that site, and you too can find replays there. Just to find build orders, just to watch Legacy of the Void replays when there are no more casts from falconpaladin. In the bottom left of Moonlight Madness, the latter edition, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Teebul. It's like Weeble stuff. And in the top right of Moonlight Madness, the latter edition, we have the teal Protoss player. It is KiFirE, possibly KiFirE, I don't know. We're going to call him Fire though, so Keeble and Fire. PvP on Moonlight Madness. This is a pretty fun map. I feel like it's underrepresented. I'm not sure if that's because people have it vetoed, which would make sense. It's kind of a weird natural to take. You have these this back door that's super wide open. People hate that. Third base again, really expose multiple paths to get into and try to kill it. So I think it's been vetoed by a lot of people, but again, I like it when people play on it because there's so many different attack paths. There's not like a straight up, this is the way to the enemy base that people take. I guess you can just do this route that this probe's going to take and go right across and meet the other probe. There might be a bit of an exchange of kisses here, and boop, oh, there it was. You see that little nuzzle that they did? That was so adorable. Yeah, you can go straight across, but again, you come up here, there's a Zunlanga watchtower you can take and come around here to kill that third. Same thing of this side as well. Just a lot, it feels like there's a lot of multitasking that goes on in this map when I cast games here. So again, this is the best 2 out of 3. There are these players are trying to get the best of each other that way, using the StarCraft's Protoss logo here. If you haven't seen StarCrafts, then where have you been? Because they are hilarious. Just check them out. It is StarCrafts by Carbot on YouTube. He posts a new video about once a week. He took some weeks off in summer. Can't really blame him for that though. He animates his stuff and it's fantastic. I would recommend that you check them out. He has a lot of subscribers already, so he's very popular. So if you haven't heard of him, I'd be surprised, but I'll probably put a little link in the top so you can go see what he is up to. Super nice guy as well. So here we are. It looks like we're going Adepts for KiFirE, or Fire rather, and Teebul getting a Stalker. So interesting play indeed. Stalkers are not light. They don't take that extra damage from the Adepts here as we take a look at the Adept with 90 hit points, 90 shields and 90 hit points. That is nerfed in a later version of StarCraft, the Brood War, Legacy of the Void Beta. I wanted to say B and that turned into... Anyway, so it's down to 60, but in this patch they are pretty darn tanky as well. They do 10 damage and 23 damage versus light. So Stalkers aren't light. They don't take that extra damage. They do hit the Stalker Adepts fairly well, but the Adepts are so tanky with that extra shield upgrade, it can cause a problem. This probe might be trying to take a second Nexus here. Stalker on the high ground, not enough to chase away these Adepts. They use the psionic transfer ability to get on in. I think they're going to let that finish and get into this mineral line, and they do. Photon Overcharge immediately pops up though. They surround on the Adepts. Oh, good play. Good play by Teebul, surrounding the Adepts, not allowing them to get out of the range of this pylon and letting the pylon rain down fire upon them to kill them. So units lost tab. 2 probes died for 2 Adepts. That's a fair trade, honestly, for Teebul. And actually, Fire is getting a Dark Shrine over here. Oh, Proxy Templar. Proxy Templar. Teebul has a pylon here. Does Teebul know about that? Oh my gosh, he doesn't. Look how close that is. Look at that. All right, anyway. Some Stalkers come up and take care of that forward pylon. This tech is still definitely very hidden. Stalkers trying to come up here and do what they can in the main base. And the answer is a lot. There is nothing here for Fire except a mothership core. Photon Overcharge is good though, right? So if there are pylons, let it not be said there is nothing here, because that's enough to chase off a lot. Photon Overcharge, if you haven't seen it, is currently a target of a pylon, or it can target a pylon instead of the Nexus. Turns it into a long-range weapon for 11 seconds that deals 30 damage, the range being pretty darn big, not bad at all. So let's take a look here. There goes the Dark Shrine. Again, Proxy Dark Shrine on the way. Both players getting a Robo. I hope Teebul gets an Observer, or else this could be over pretty darn quickly indeed. There's a couple Phoenix here as well from Teebul. Oh, here come the Warping and Dark Templar. Do they see it? Oh my goodness, I think Teebul scouted this out with the Phoenix. Yeah, all right. So, okay, so the Dark Templar are going to try to come in. Observer on the way for Teebul, though. Is it being Chrono Boost is the question. It is not being Chrono Boost. And here come the DTs. Getting right on in. Going after this Robo. Oh, they want to kill the Robo before the Observer pops out. That's not going to happen, though. They tried. They gave it their best shot, but boop, pops right on out. They are now visible and detectable. The Observer should chase them down, and it is. Some Adepts do finish off the job. Are they going to get the other one? No. Dark Templar running for its very life. And it does survive, so it didn't kill much at all. That Dark Templar gamble did not pay off. Unfortunately for Fire, this second base rather is up and running. I want to say it's a third, just because usually there's a base down here, but taking the natural out here instead is Fire. The Phoenix running around. There are 3 of them, and they actually want to kill this Mothership Core. They are suiciding to kill this Mothership Core. A couple more shots. No! Chased away instead. Going to go after some workers. The warp-in time here... Yeah, that's another difference. In the latest patch, the warp-in time for pylons that are touching warp gates or nexus is up to 5 seconds instead of 2. So that's why that warp-in was so fast. It was still 2 seconds on the previous patch there. There's the scout seeing this tech, recognizing the chrono boost going down. On the Twilight Council is probably Blink, an accidental scout there, I think, by Teebul. So KiFirE trying to go for a Blink Stalker response, and here are, again, the Adepts for Teebul, the Phoenix for Teebul. And anything else on the way for Teebul? Immortal. Excellent play. Twilight Council of his own. At the same time, this pylon is going to fall to these Adepts. It takes them a while to kill buildings, but you know what? There's nothing else for them to do right now, so might as well put them to work. And there they are, doing that 10 damage per fire to that pylon, slowly, slowly whittling it down. Phoenix coming around saying, is there a base here? A third base, perhaps. There is not for Fire. Fire is on 2 bases. Teebul is on 2 bases. The Immortal is good, though. The Immortal really, really good against Stalkers, against Sentries. And is that an Archon? It is an Archon. Okay, so Archons on the way for KiFirE. Not super great range on those, and so Immortals are usually a better answer. But we'll have to see how effective they can be up in the front lines, possibly going against those Adepts. Do Archons do additional damage? Just to biological, right? Versus biological, 29 damage, and Adepts are biological. So, Archon versus Adept is a battle I don't think I've seen recently, if at all. But seems pretty awesome indeed. Let's take a look here. Pushing on up are Stalkers, a single Archon, a couple Sentries. I don't know if this army is big enough for a push out. I mean, look at this, a ton of Stalkers, a ton of Adepts. Tapping that Zelnaga Watchtower, using a hallucinated Phoenix to see what is up for Teebul, and this double Immortal is just a huge problem, I think. These Stalkers are worth almost nothing because of that double Immortal, and Scouting Phoenix that is hallucinated comes in because that good scout off sees the perfect composition, sees what's going on there for Teebul, and yeah, Fire says, I am not going to attack that. That is too scary for me. Shield upgrade on the way for Teebul as well. And another attack right on top of that Mothership Core. Oh, Mothership Core lives with 26 hit points. The Phoenix suicided themselves. Didn't really work. Most of these things can attack up, except like the Mothership Core herself. So here comes the push. Teebul is going to try to blindside KiFirE with a flank attack here. Getting him from behind. Getting the Mothership Core trapped now. Guardian Shield coming right on up at the, recognizing the Immortals are there. KiFirE is retreating, trying to find an optimal place to attack, perhaps when distracted by the pylon, but yes, focusing down one of those Immortals, it does die immediately. The Archon falls at the same time. Both Sentries are now dead. A blink back, though. Woo! Excellent blink there by KiFirE. Getting out, leaving a couple Stalkers behind, perhaps a sacrificial lamb, so the rest of the army can get home. I thought for sure Fire was going to lose every single one of those Stalkers, but his micro was better than I anticipated. This is about a Masters level game, so that would explain the excellent micro in that particular situation. The Adepts come right on in. They do not care. Trying to take down this pylon. There are a lot of them. They do have the +1 attack upgrade, +2 being researched as well. Warp Prism on the way for Teebul. Blink at the same time. Third base being planted for Teebul as well. Teebul in command of the situation. Command of this game. He doesn't want to go up that ramp just because it's a choke, and getting trapped at the top by a concave is not something anybody wants to do. But why is he heading all the way back home? Teebul, why? Teebul push. There we go. I think Teebul's going to try to take out the second base. It's a little bit easier to do, again, the wider area to attack, a wider ramp to attack from the high ground at the same time. You just kill this debris, which is really not a problem for Protoss. Exactly what I think Teebul is going to want to do here. Using the Immortals for that is also super nice. Perhaps making sure, yeah, making sure there wasn't an enemy waiting on the other side here. And then taking down the debris in about 5 seconds or so, no big deal. And is the advance down the ramp going to happen, is the question. Teebul being a little bit gun shy here. A little recipient. Third base coming down here for fire at the same time. Third base just about to finish for Teebul. Here he goes. Teebul going for it. Cannon made short work of by the Immortals and the Adepts and the Stalkers. Pylons being killed at the same time. Replacement Mothership Core is here. Time Warp being thrown down. There's the overcharge on that one pylon. Good micro staying out of the range of that pylon and getting the Nexus. It does fall. All the probes are forced to transfer over here, I think. Chasing, though, with the psionic transfer, the Adepts. No, canceled at the last second. Whew, I was going to say, not a happy place for them to be in. Assimilators falling, pylons falling, probe in the wrong place at the wrong time falling. Teebul warping and more stalkers into this army. It's 134 to 101 total supply. Resources lost shows a tale where Teebul has lost about half that of what KiFirE has done. So again, pretty good angle here. Double storm, though, on top of all these Adepts. Good feedback on the Mothership Core at the same time. Pretty good micro on display here from Fire, but Teebul, I think, just has the bigger army using there it is, using the psionic transfer to trap the units. They can't go anywhere at this point. Another blink on top of that army. Hard to tell who's who here, but it looks like KiFirE's army is getting destroyed. Buildings falling left and right. Mothership Core is completely dead. Zealots warped in. Oracle's warping it at the same time, and that's it. Fire calls the GG, is defeated. Teebul is victorious here in game number 1. I'm going to give Teebul, what? Teebul? No, not 2. 0. 0. There it is. Teebul 1. Fire 0. Been a while since I've had to do that. Alright, so thanks so much for watching, and again, thanks to LOTV.spawningtool.com for that replay. Alright, so this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.